This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Our top story tonight, many Longboat Key residents are seeing a big improvement in the number of dead fish washing up and the smell that comes with it.
Town officials are cleaning up this big mess created by red tide. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us live from one of the canals on Longboat Key with more. Rick.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, things are looking and smelling much better here. Not too long ago, canals like this had a lot of dead fish in them.
It was very, very bad.
What Longboat Key resident Kevin Green is talking about are all the dead fish that recently filled the canal behind his home. Green and his family were impressed with a quick response from the town.
They were out here within a day or two with their nets and their boats, and 3 or 4 guys in the boats picking up all the dead fish.
Town officials say they have picked up 55 tons of dead fish over the last few weeks, 44 tons from the beach and 11 tons from the canals.
We do it with our own forces. We actually scoop the fish in a small boat, and then we deliver those fish to the landfill.
A lot of the town's canals have had dead fish. The culprit is red tide. Questions have come up about removal of dead fish from private marinas, but the town says at the moment they are not authorized to clean up at those locations because of their current policy.
It requires a different technique because of all the boats are moored side by side, a little more difficult, time-consuming, and certainly more expensive. That's something the Commission will be discussing in the near future.
Mark Richardson, a streets, facilities, and parks and recreation manager for Longboat Key, keeps a very close eye on the canals. He tells us seaweed is causing the smell now for residents, but it's not a fish killer. Richardson says the red tide situation has dramatically improved recently, so there are much better days ahead for folks who live near the canal.
Improved over the last week or two tremendously. It's probably, I would say, 100% better, and I've been the one checking them for the last 6 weeks. So there's hardly any fish out there, and then just some seaweed.
And town officials say by cleaning up these dead fish by themselves, they're saving around $100,000. Reporting live from Longboat Key, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. An update now on a local pizzeria that was damaged by a car over the weekend. Bravo's Pizza has reopened its doors. Early yesterday morning, an SUV crashed into the Main Street business, plowing through the restaurant's patio area before hitting the building and knocking out a gas meter. An employee who was setting up tables had just gone inside when the accident happened.
Thank God nobody was out here. It was during the day, could have been worse, but it was really bad because the meter gas went up in the air and there was gas all over. Firemen, they closed the Main Street area for a few hours. It was really bad.
The eatery only has one working oven right now. The driver of the SUV was arrested.
Back in Longboat Key, the town is being recognized for its safety. Longboat Key topping the list of Florida cities for having so few burglaries. That list was compiled by Protect America. Longboat Key ranked #1 with an average of just 3 burglaries being reported. The town's police credit their approach on crime prevention.
I think it's a combination of geography, technology, and professional effective policing. We listen to what they want, and we give them advice on how we can better protect them.
Among the other cities making the list, Punta Gorda at #5. A list was also made of the top 10 cities in Florida with the highest burglary rates and calls. #1 on that list is Chiefland, which is about an hour outside of Gainesville in North Florida.
Now for a check on our forecast, Bob is back and he has an update for us. It's a little cloudy out there, Bob.
Yeah, the weekend, lots of sunshine, and now the clouds have moved in advance of a cold front. A weak one at that will move through later on tonight and tomorrow morning, bringing with it some slightly cooler and some drier air. 73 right now. Quite a bit of clouds out there, and there are even a few showers. I know there was a few showers around in Manatee County earlier. That rainfall associated with this weak cold front, which is still well to the north. You can see it stretching from the Atlantic all the way through North Florida and out into the Gulf of Mexico. Continue to sink to the south right now. A light rainfall into parts of Sarasota, Manatee counties as of late. Right now, some showers near Anna Maria Island, also into interior portions of Manatee County. Not much in Sarasota right now, but you can see the general track has been off from the west to the east with a slight drop to the south as that front slowly moves on. Lots of clouds around right now. Those clouds, will they be clearing? I'll let you know about that and how cool temperatures will get coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Bridge repairs may slow traffic on the barrier islands tonight. The Florida Department of Transportation is repairing the Longboat Pass Bridge. Workers will close lanes starting at 9 o'clock tonight through 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Construction is expected to last through Thursday morning. FDOT officials say repairs will stop if it causes any traffic delays. And in South Sarasota County, construction is underway on a multi-use walking trail in Venice. It runs through Heritage Park. Crews will be widening the trail and changing the slope to make it more wheelchair accessible. Portions of the trail will be closed off during the project, and there could be periodic traffic delays. Work is expected to last about 3 months.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joined us now. And Richard, sort of a mixed market to start the week on Wall Street.
Scott, you're exactly right. And those people who ask him about the market, meaning the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it was up. So on a technicality, we have yet another new high, 6 consecutive up days. But in all honesty, the S&P was down by a little bit. The NASDAQ was lower, and we had a 148-point range top to bottom. The Dow was up by 87 points fairly early this morning, down 61 points mid-afternoon. And as you're about to see, not much change come 4 o'clock. The closing figures, there you see the Dow was up 21 points, 0.1%, closing at 18,868.69. That on volume of 642 million shares. The NASDAQ, the big loser of the day, and not by very much, lost 1/3%, down almost 19 points at 5,218.40. That on volume of 1,701 million shares. And the S&P, talk about a small loss, 1/4 of 1.11 of 1%, closing at 2,164.20. Well, if I can paraphrase Mark Twain, perhaps the death of brick and mortar retail stores has been maybe exaggerated a little early, because what we saw today were very, very good reports out of retailers, all the way from Macy's to Urban Outfitters to Nordstrom's to Kohl's to Ralph Lauren, every one of them saying that their quarter was pretty good and they're looking forward to a very successful Christmas season. Now that the election's behind us, people can concentrate on the fact that Thanksgiving is next week. And Scott and Haley, I did the math, and it's 40 shopping days left until Christmas.
I think that's plenty. And Richard, expectations for tomorrow?
Well, we're going to see just how busy Scott has been, because tomorrow morning Home Depot is going to report its earnings. Certainly a major indicator, and Scott does his best to keep them going, I know.
It has been there. I've been there quite a bit lately.
I think Bob probably does too, with all his projects. Yeah.
All right, Richard, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All month long, ABC7 is looking forward into the future here on the Suncoast. Today, we're looking at the future of our libraries. With the use of the internet in most homes, the need for libraries has been questioned at times. Sarasota County officials say the need is still great for the information libraries provide, and they are still planning to move forward with expanding the library system.
It's been pretty extraordinary in the last couple of years that we have actually been planning new libraries. We broke ground on a new Northport library that's going to be combined with Suncoast Technical College, and the Venice Public Library will be up and going in a few years. Gulfgate Library is busier than ever.
According to Sarasota County, on an average day, more than 10,000 people visit our local libraries, and tens of thousands more access the library's information with digital content. They are busy.
Yeah, I still go.
Yeah.
I'm old-fashioned like that.
It's fun. Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the Department of Children and Families is stepping in now to investigate a Sarasota preschool after safety rules were violated during a field trip.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, star watchers are in for a bright treat tonight. It is a rare lunar phenomenon almost 70 years in the making. Those stories and more coming up next.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a CRV for $219 during Wild's final clearance. Just $219 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Sarasota Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 4th Annual Sarasota Fine Art Festival. Saturday and Sunday, November 19th and 20th at Selby Five Points Park in downtown Sarasota. Bring your love and appreciation of art to the Sarasota Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a Civic for $179 during Wild's final clearance. Just $179 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
The world of journalism mourning the loss of one of its own. PBS journalist Gwen Ifill has died after battling cancer. Ifill was the co-anchor of the PBS NewsHour with Judy Woodruff. She worked for both NBC and PBS News, moderating 2 vice presidential debates. Earlier this year, she took a leave from her nightly show for health reasons, but never made her illness public. She was only 61 years old.
Here in Florida, Tobacco-Free Florida is being credited for knocking down the smoking numbers in both adults and teens. Florida's adult smoking rate is now at 15%. That's down from 21% in 2006, and teens are now at 3%. That's down 70% in the past 10 years. Tobacco-Free Florida was created more than 10 years ago after voters approved a constitutional amendment to provide dedicated funding for a tobacco education program. Now, the program says it is working to make smoking not allowed in all places.
Instead of kind of the old way, which was one person at a time trying to change things, and we still obviously do offer those services, very individualized services, we're also approaching it from a systems perspective to say, how do we create an environment that is not conducive to tobacco use?
Tobacco-Free Florida adds more efforts are still needed to slow the use of electronic cigarettes, which were almost non-existent 10 years ago. The use of e-cigs among youth has tripled in just the past 3 years.
Get ready for a big show from the moon tonight. The moon will be at its biggest and brightest in a phenomenon called supermoon. It happens when the moon becomes full on the same day when its orbit is closest to Earth. The moon orbits the Earth in an oval shape, and supermoons come around once every 13 months. What makes it special this time, the fact that the moon will look even bigger at any point in the past 68 years. Supermoon has already happened in Asia, the South Pacific, and Europe, but we can still enjoy the view tonight and tomorrow morning should the clouds clear.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much difference last night than
tonight.
Right. So I saw it last night, took my
Right.
daughter out there and checked it out, and hopefully you did too, because it's too cloudy this evening. We may see glimpses of it, but not nearly as bright as it was last night. It was beautiful,
It's really
very pretty.
yeah.
It's at perigee, not apogee. That means closest to the Earth in its orbit, and also about generally 240, 260,000 miles away, and it's a little bit closer right now, so it's still a long way out there.
Yeah, it is.
It still looks
just
big, though.
a little bit.
Lots of clouds around, and that's a result of a frontal system. Van Wezel webcam showing the clouds coming in from basically from the west. You can see some breaks every now and again. These clouds are associated with this front, and this front is not all that strong. It's not going to just whip on through and clear us out anytime soon. We will still see a few showers now and again as these clouds make their way to the south. You can see that rainfall right now, and the wind flow really picking up out of the north right behind it. The front itself just to the south of Ocala, and the showers out ahead of it streaming off to the east at 10 to 15. If we see any rainfall tonight, should not be around all that long. Just some light to moderate precipitation expected as it makes its way to the south. You can see not much happening right now. A few showers, and your Bayshore Gardens stretching off toward the east right now all the way to Bradenton, and then Oneiko, and also heading off toward Waterley for the heavier rainfall by far to the north. And then behind it, some drier air will slip in. This is the actual low pressure area, which is driving that cold front still well off to the north and east of our area. Currently, we have cloudy skies. The temperature's cooler as a result of the clouds. It's now 73, and the dew point 61, humidity 66%. Winds are out of the northeast, and they're at 5 miles an hour. The pressure actually coming up a little bit, 30 inches even now, and rising slightly. Temperatures, even behind the front, not all that cold, so we will see cooler temperatures for us tomorrow, and a little break in the clouds as well. So we'll see some breaks in the clouds tomorrow, a little bit more sunshine around, and it looks to be okay as far as that goes. Temperatures around the area, upper 60s in Wauchula and Avon Park, 70s elsewhere. We have 73 in Punta Gorda right now, and also 73 in Sarasota, Bradenton, and Cortez. The Gulf of Mexico at 74 degrees. The forecast for Tuesday calling for a mixture of sun and clouds. Temperatures falling down to the low 60s, warming up into the upper 70s to mid 70s over most areas. So it will be slightly cooler. Should be a nice day, although not as sunny as we may like it for some. As far as the winds go, they'll be out of the north, and it looks like right now that dry air just over the panhandle of Florida. You can see it quite clearly right there. That will slowly sink in and kind of erode this cloud base as it pushes off to the south and east of our area. Now in the tropics, all is quiet right now. Not a whole lot going on as we take a look at the review of the satellite imagery through the Atlantic as well as into the Caribbean. Pretty good cloud mass right here, but no concerns as far as it developing anytime soon. Here's that frontal boundary just to the north of us. So we'll keep an eye on this area in the Western Caribbean. Unlikely anything will develop, but we still have the official end of the hurricane season, November 30th. As far as boaters go, north winds at 10 knots tomorrow, seas 1 to 2 feet. There'll be a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The UV index will stay in the high category, so we'll get back to some sunshine tomorrow, although there will be still quite a bit of clouds now and again throughout the day. Water temperature there it is 74 degrees. That's taken, by the way, at the end of the Venice Pier, and the high temperature for beaches right around 76 degrees. And the forecast, upcoming tides for Sarasota Bay. The next low tide will be at 6:03, high tide at 11:18, and sunset at 5:39. Sunrise will be at 6:51 tomorrow. As far as the forecast goes tonight, look for a super moon. Hopefully some clouds clearing out here, a little bit cooler, 64. And boy, what a great weekend it was for the Crystal Classic on the Siesta Key. Saw a lot of people out there yesterday as we were giving out the awards for all the sculptures that were out there and the sculptors. We'll see some cooling tomorrow, 76 for a high. The extended forecast calls for temperatures to stay in the mid to upper 70s right through Friday. Notice what happens on Saturday night, Sunday morning. It starts to get chilly on Sunday. Highs in the low 70s as a dry cold front moves through. And we're talking some areas on Monday morning, upper 40s for lows. Scott?
Ooh, okay. Thank you, Bob. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, Manatee County, we're seeing some backup through Palmetto on 41 and 301 there. Bradenton, a little bit of light congestion on 301. Into Sarasota, I-75, seeing some backup as you head north near between Bee Ridge and Fruitville. And then also some congestion along 301 and Bee Ridge Road. South County, though, traffic flowing smoothly along I-75, all green at this hour. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, a surprising possible trigger has been uncovered for some preterm births. Calcium buildup in the womb is similar to that stiffens older people's arteries, causes kidney stones. Researchers at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Ohio studied more than 100 pregnant women and found that when a mom-to-be's water breaks too early, the culprit seems to be abnormal calcium deposits that make the normally elastic amniotic sac prone to rupture. Amniotic fluid can produce calciprotein particles With preemies, that fluid also contains lower levels of a protein that is supposed to keep those deposits from being dumped in the wrong place. But more research is needed. For women diagnosed with breast cancer, high vitamin D levels in the blood may be tied to better odds of surviving and having tumors with less deadly characteristics. That's according to a study in JAMA Oncology. Women with the highest vitamin D levels were 28% less likely to die of any cause during the study than women with the lowest vitamin D levels. The link was stronger among pre-menopausal women in that group. High vitamin D levels were also tied to a better chance of not having breast cancer recur and not dying from it. Not a medical facility, but public libraries may provide support for people at risk for health problems and homelessness. This includes new immigrants and people dealing with mental illness and substance abuse. A University of Pennsylvania study looked at Philadelphia libraries and how communities use them. Researchers concluded that libraries can offer programs such as classes to improve skills or literacy. Librarians can also act as support figures, connecting people with resources for housing and other needs. Coming up next, it's not the typical sight you see every day, the natural phenomenon that left a few cows stranded in the middle of nowhere. Plus, how one cashier puts up a show and it ends up going viral. We'll show you that when we come back.
It's the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival on Siesta Beach, November 11th through 15th, with 24 of the world's best sand sculptors. Bring the family for new hands-on kids activities, live music, food, sand sculpting lessons, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. Services.com. AND Services.com.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hello, I'm Jamie DiDomenico with Cool Today, Plumbing Today, and Energy Today. Here on the Suncoast, taking care of people is more than a slogan. It's a way of life. On Tuesday, November 15th, do your part and show that the Suncoast cares. Come by the Suncoast Blood Bank from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and donate one or more of these important items needed by local organizations, including a life-saving blood donation. For more details, visit suncoastcares.org. That's Tuesday, November 15th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Suncoast Blood Bank. See you there.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Come see the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival November 11th through 15th on Siesta Beach. Check out the Crystal Classic Party Tent, produced by Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and Moat Marine. Details including remote parking via SCAD. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
Several wildfires in North Carolina are causing the state millions of dollars in damage.
Those fires causing at least $10 million in damage so far. The fires were likely started by people, but the governor says he doesn't know if they were lit intentionally. Hundreds have been evacuated because of them. Dry weather conditions being blamed for the fire's fast spread. And firefighters say those conditions are expected to last a long time throughout the winter months.
We have California wildfires in North Carolina, and they continue to cause serious challenges for our fighter community, but we're going to do everything to fight them within these very difficult natural conditions, which are not bringing high humidity or rain.
Firefighters from California, Alaska, Oregon, and other states have been called in to help put out the blaze. More than 14,000 acres have burned so far.
Overseas in New Zealand, an earthquake leaves a trio of cows stranded on a plateau. The rest of their pasture was destroyed by the 7.8 magnitude quake. It killed 2 people and has left thousands more stranded without basic services. The quake struck a remote part of the island earlier today. It caused a small tsunami and spurred landslides. Train and vehicle access cut off. Rocks and debris blocked the roadways, disrupting water and sewage services. Cleanup efforts could take months and cost billions of dollars. Also overseas, an extremely rare sea turtle discovery. The turtle was found in the UK, thousands of miles from its natural habitat in North Wales. It's believed to be a female, one either of the olive ridley or the Kemp's ridley species. They're typically found in warmer tropical waters off the coast of Mexico and the southern United States. If it is confirmed to be one of those species, it will be the first time ever such a turtle has been discovered in the UK.
Closer to home, it's a one-of-a-kind bookstore that's a bit out of touch with technology. Wind City Books, Wyoming, may be one of the only stores in the country that does not have Wi-Fi, nor do they let their customers use it. The owner banned Wi-Fi and electronics in an attempt to get customers to actually read the books versus surfing the web or social media.
We want people to be able to come into this store, relax, enjoy a book.
A sign posted on the store window asks customers to leave their cell phones and computers in their bags as they enter a place for books. Another reads, "Take a break. Live like it's 1993. Emails can wait." And a Dollar General cashier in Michigan is enjoying viral fame after a customer captures him on camera singing R&B singer Maxwell's hit song Ascension. The cashier, whose name is Lucas Holiday, has already been heard over 500,000 times online, including by the singer Maxwell himself, who commented on his performance saying, quote, "He killed it."
Quite a compliment. Well, here at home, it was more singing going on for a Bradenton teacher going through the fight of her life. Students and staff at Rowlett Academy in Bradenton put together a flash mob this morning. About 800 kids danced and sang in support of 3rd grade teacher Jessica Bass, who's currently fighting breast cancer. They performed This Is My Fight Song, or it's called Fight Song, I believe. The group also wore some pink shirts. As you can see, they have pom-poms, and they are all supporting her in her fight against breast cancer.
I'm sure that meant the world.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine how emotional?
The boost that she got from today. That's
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Coming up next on your Suncoast News, Donald Trump sitting down for his first television interview since being elected president, the urgent message he has for his supporters.
And photos of moldy food making the rounds on social media, how one Sarasota elementary school is taking responsibility for this. We'll explain when we come back.
Why wait until the turkey has you feeling tired? The Black Friday sales event has already started at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or check out the stylish new Jeep Renegades starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.